So can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today I'm going to teach you the introductory part of DevOps. So what exactly the DevOps is, as you see the name suggests, it is made of two words. One is development and second is operation. So DevOps is a combination of both development and operation. Okay. So to make application development team and IT operation team to work with a better communication, we use a DevOps engineer. Okay. So in this chapter, we are going to learn about what exactly the DevOps and why DevOps is needed in IT operation. Is there anyone who know about what DevOps is? Okay, now what is DevOps? Okay, so DevOps is a practice that work to automate and integrate all the processes that we want to develop one software. Like we have to build, design, test, release. Okay, to make it software faster and more reliable, so that we can deploy and develop the software faster and more reliably. Okay, so it is the combination of two words, development and operation. So what exactly the DevOps? DevOps is a methodology which involves continuous development, continuous testing, continuous integration, continuous deployment, continuous monitoring throughout its development life cycle. So what exactly the continuous integration means? Continuous integration means we build one product. Okay, for example, I have a product to make one website. So there is one module of making one login page. Okay, so I build one login page. Okay, then test it. If test case is validated, means it's successfully tested, then we commit it. Okay, so this is the continuous integration. We make some changes, build that software, test it, and then commit it. Okay, so that is the continuous integration. That is the responsibility of a DevOps engineer to make continuous integration. What exactly the continuous deployment and development? So the main difference between the continuous development and delivery is, in continuous delivery, a continuous delivery help you to build a refined version of software. Okay, by continuously implementing, fixing the bugs, give a feedback, okay, until we get a final product. And in continuous delivery, you will decide to push it out to the production. Okay, for example, I make one website, so I develop it, tested, okay, develop, build, test, okay, and then put it on a server. Okay, manually I do this, so it means a continuous delivery. Okay, and what is in the continuous deployment? Every changes goes through an automated pipeline. Okay, everything we are made is done automatically, and a working version of the application is automatically pushed to the production. So this is the difference between continuous delivery and continuous deployment. So what is DevOps again? DevOps is the work of two teams. One is developer and tester team. Second is IT operation team. So DevOps is a person who is communicate between both. Okay. Have you understood, or is there any doubt? Hello, Ayushi.
Understood, ma'am.
Okay. So it is a combination work of both developer team and IT operation team. Because previously, so DevOps engineer use some tools to automate all the works, to achieve some continuous delivery and continuous deployment. Okay. So before DevOps, what happened? Before DevOps, development and operation team both are work separately. Okay. In complete isolation, they don't know what is happening in the development, and operation team don't know what is happening in the development team don't know what is happening in the operation team, and operation team don't know what is happening in the development. Okay, so both are working separately. Testing team and deployment team are also working isolated. So because of this reason, because they are working separately, okay, and they are working isolated, because of this reason, team members spend a lot of time for testing, deployment, and design. Okay, they're taking a lot of time because they are not communicate with each other. Development team just develop and give it to operation team. When operation team see some problem or any issue, then it again give it the whole code to the development team. Manual code deployment leads to human error. Okay, because of manual code deployment, they give some errors. Now in the production software development engineering, there is one waterfall model. Previously in the companies, waterfall model used. So what is the drawback of this waterfall model? In this model, first we design the model according to the customer need or client needs. Okay, then the development team focus on the development of the code. So it takes a lot of time. They are not testing or deploying anything. They are just focusing on development. They develop a whole product. Okay. And in the agile model, what happened? Today we are using a agile model. Okay. So in agile model, what happened? It design. Okay. It design a model. For example, I make one website. So there are so many modules. One is login module, one like home page module. Okay, so in agile model, one module is like login module. So we code the login page first and then test it. And if there is something happen, then we again design. Okay, then we are divide the whole code or whole our product into small modules. We code it and test it, code it and then test it, and then finally we test the whole code, full code, and then deploy. So this is the agile model that do. Okay, so can you tell me what is the problem with waterfall model? Means what is better? Which model is better, waterfall model or agile model? Hello? Shivam,
Yes, ma'am.
can you tell me which model is good, waterfall model or agile model?
Agile model, ma'am.
Why?
Ma'am, because we tested one individually one module.
Yes, we coded and then tested. Okay. We are
Yes.
not just coded and then test the whole model. Okay, so for coding it takes a lot of time, and then in testing it takes a lot of time. Okay, and what DevOps do? DevOps is doing it again divide the module in a small pieces. Okay, in this it code, test, deploy, and then take feedback from the user. Okay, that means not a user, a client or a user, customer. Take feedback from the customer, then again design, then again code, test, deploy. Okay, so it is continuously coding, okay, building, testing, deploying, and designing the whole software product. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And what is the Agile Waterfall Model? Agile Waterfall Model is a combination of Agile Model and Waterfall Model. In this, some part is coded, some part we design, some part we are testing, and some testing part we are deploying also. Okay. So what exactly the DevOps life cycle? What is the DevOps life cycle? How it do all the work? Like it continues business planning. Okay, I have one product like for example, this is a LMS. What is LMS? Learning Management System. Okay, so this is the LMS. So according to the LMS business need, I'm planning it to make it like this. Okay, according to my planning or according to my need, developers develop that design. Okay, and then it test the development, means the product, and then it monitor it is working properly or not. Okay, and then according to this it give a feedback, means customer give a feedback that how it works. Okay, so what the DevOps engineer do, it has to be create an automatic integration so that continuous changes, continuous development, testing, monitoring, and that means whatever the feedback comes, it happens. Okay, continuously. So we are a DevOps engineer, automate all those things. What is the things? Build, test, deploy, means develop, testing, monitoring. Okay, so this is the life cycle of a DevOps. So in a market, there are a lot of DevOps tools that a DevOps engineer use. Okay, for doing different work. Do you know any name, any tool name, any famous tool? So one is development. These are the development tools. These are the operation tools. Okay. So for development, there is a source code management. Anyone know about GitHub? Shivam, can you tell me what is GitHub?
Yeah. Ma'am, GitHub. Ma'am, in GitHub we push our code.
Yes, push our code. So it is a repository. Okay, code
Yes.
repository where we are save our code, push or pull our code. Okay. So for source code management, we are using some tools like Git, Mercurial. Okay. For continuous integration, means for build the code, we are using some tools like Maven, Gradle, Bamboo, CodeShip, Circle CI, Hudson, Jenkins. Okay. Jenkins and Maven are very famous. Okay. Now, some tools we are using for testing. Have you heard about the Selenium?
Yeah,
Are you
ma'am,
ready?
testing tool.
Yes, Selenium is famous for automation testing.
Tool.
Okay. So there are so many testing tools that we are using in DevOps. Means a DevOps engineer use that tools like JUnit, testing, TestNG, Eggplant, Selenium, Sauce Labs. Okay. Now there are containers. A DevOps engineer use containers. Okay. So there are so many tools in which by using that we are making a containers like Docker, Elastic Box, Jelastic, okay, Zabbia Labs, and we are need some tools for configuration management. Okay, for configuring there are some tools like Puppet, Chef, Script Rock, Juju. Okay, and now deployment. There are some tools we are using for deployment. Means the main work for a DevOps engineer to automate all the things. Okay. Previously, we are all the engineers, all the developers um, develop a code, test a code, and then deploy the code. Okay, so we are means DevOps engineer are the one who do all the things automatically, means automate that process. So for deployment, some tools are used like Vagrant, Deploy, Urban Code. Okay, and for monitoring, these are the tools for operations. So for monitoring, we are using some tools named as Nagios, PagerDuty, Labreto, Pingdom, App Inlight, Sensu. Okay. So Ayushi, can you tell me what is DevOps is? Can you explain me?
I don't know the exact definition. Like,
So whatever you understood, can you tell me? Not exact definition, but what exactly a DevOps?
it is what we practice, set of practices that combines software and all.
Yes, it is a set of practices which involve continuous.
They also involve IT operations.
Yes, they also involve IT operation, continuous development, testing, monitoring, deployment. And it is a combination of both development and operation team. Now see this development to deployment pipelines. Okay. From development to deployment, what will happen? Okay. First, according to the business need. Okay. For example, Ayushi came. Can you, for example, Ayushi came and tell me to create one application, mobile application. Okay. According to the Ayushi needs. So according to the Ayushi business needs or use cases, we are telling to the software development team. So according to that, software development team develop one product. Okay. Then software development team deploy, not a deploy, push that code to the software check-in, means to the GitHub. Okay, means a code repository. Mostly GitHub is used for code repository, but for different organization, some different repository are used. Okay. So the software development team develop a code, create one product. Okay. And then deploy, means push that code in the GitHub or any code repository. Okay. After that, from here, DevOps work is start. Okay. DevOps engineer use these tools, Jenkins and Maven. Okay. It take code from the GitHub, means code repository, automate software build. It build means like when you write a code and then compile it. Which language do you know? Do all students know C++? Do you know C++ language?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes. So in C++ or any language, in a compiler, we write a code and then compile it. Okay, so it convert into bytecode. So like that, it build whatever the software code, it build it. Okay, by using Maven tool and Jenkins tool, and then is automatically test the script. So for testing that script that is converted, that script is tested by using JUnit. Okay, JUnit is a tool which is used for testing. And after that, we deploy that code, automatically deploy it. So these three works is done by DevOps engineer. Okay, it automatically build the code, whatever software developer team put in the code repository, automatically build it, test it, and deploy it. It write a script like this so that it take code from the repository. So it automatically build, test, and then deploy. And then finally, by using the chef code, and then finally it manages by the client nodes. Okay, it deploy to the user. So this is the development to deployment pipeline. Okay. These two work is done by development team. These are by DevOps. And after the deployment, the operation team check the maintenance team. Do you know after someone deploy their website in a server, some maintenance are required every time. The operation team take care about this. Okay. So can anyone have any problem, any doubt? Someone write something. Is there anyone who have any doubt regarding what DevOps engineer do?
No, ma'am.
So can anyone tell why we use DevOps engineer? Why there is a need? What is the need of using a DevOps engineer? Why? Because previously both the development and operation teams work separately. Okay, if development team have any problem, means a development team develop the product, give it to IT, give it to means deploy it. So any problem comes, then IT operation team take care. Then again go to the development team, tell them, and then it means it takes a lot of time in a communication. In communication of both development and operation team, it takes a lot of time. Okay, so for lesser that time, DevOps engineer use. Okay, DevOps engineer just doing like a communication between development team and operation team. It writes some scripts so that whatever the development team develop, it automatically build. Okay, means like compile, build, test, and then deploy. Okay, whatever happened, then IT operation team okay, understood. Can you explain me development to deployment pipeline? Who is in the class? Shivam. Shivam,
Yes, ma'am.
do you understand development to deployment pipeline?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you explain me this?
No, ma'am. Not properly.
You can't explain. It is a simple like for example, for example, any website. Tell me website link. Like I want to create one website. So whatever the need of creating that website, this is a business need. Okay. So that according to the business needs, what the software development team do? Software development team develop according to the business need. Have you understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. After build a code, okay, the complete code is pushed to the GitHub or any code repository. Okay, this is the work of developer. Okay, after that, this is the Jenkins tool. Okay, a DevOps tool it is. So it automatically build a software. Means software build by using Maven tool. Okay, and after the build of that software, it tested by using JUnit, and after automatically test that script, it automatically deployed. Okay, by using the chef tool, and then it managing by the client nodes. Okay, now you have understood. Now, have you understood? Ayushi, can you tell me?
Yes, understood.
Hello? Stop recording or recording? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
What? No. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in this introduction, is there anyone who has any doubt? Shivam, can you tell me what is DevOps?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell me.
Ma'am, DevOps is a work of two teams. That is, one is testing and developer team, and the another is in IT operational team. Testing developer team develop the software or application, and the QA team are tested, and IT operational team are deploy on server and monitoring the product, the software.
Yes. So DevOps engineer is the one who work in between both the teams. Okay. If
Yes.
some changes, we want to make some changes. For example, this is the LMS. So this is one module like my teaching. Okay. So I am clicking, I want to change. I want to do some changes. Okay. For example, so so I told to the development team, so I want to make these changes. So development team make some changes, create some new features, add some new features, okay, and then build, test, and then again deploy. Okay, so what DevOps engineer do? It automatically build, test, and then deploy. Okay, it tell to the development team that these are the some features. Means a development team know about some features we have to add. Okay, so DevOps engineer work to continuously develop, continuously build, test and deploy. Okay, so that the design to development, development to deployment, and deployment to production support become easy, faster, and more reliable. To make that development process faster and more reliable, DevOps engineer works. Okay, they don't know about the C++ means any developer language. They don't know about how the IT operation team works. Okay, they don't want to know about the full knowledge of both developer team, tester team, and IT operation team. They just know about the little bit, but not the whole knowledge of both the teams. They use some tools, okay, to make that building of the software, testing of the software, and deployment of the software automatically. Okay, automated. It make automation actually. So Ayushi and Ayushi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Ayushi, can you tell me why we need the DevOps?
For easy, because using DevOps, it is maintenance is easier, and the process is also completed fast. So
Faster, yes. Faster, make it faster is the most important thing. Okay. This is the main reason a DevOps engineer come under this role. Okay, required. DevOps engineer required to make that process more faster and more reliable. Okay, because the communication gap between the development team and the IT operation team create a lot of time waste, kind of it wastes a lot of time. So for make that process faster and reliable, a DevOps engineer required, okay, or needed. Can anyone tell me some tools name that a DevOps engineer use? Shivam?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, deploy.
No, tools. Deploy is not a tool.
Sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, Maven,
Yes.
JUnit, Chef.
Yeah. Jenkins.
Yes, ma'am. Jenkins and Shape. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, and the other one is Shivam and Ayushi is there only. Okay. So, Ayushi, can you explain me what is waterfall model? Ayushi,
yes, ma'am.
can you explain me what is waterfall model?
The waterfall model is not much convenient. It is like once the complete code is built, it is then run, and then it is deployed.
Yes. Actually, waterfall model is not taking a feedback. It is continuously doing it work, like requirement, design, then implement. Verification is like testing. 1 minute. There is. So whatever the requirements, analyze, design, coding, testing, operation, and then maintenance. It doesn't take any feedback. Okay, if there is something problem in the design, okay, means if I am a client, I want to make some product. Okay, if I don't like the design, okay, the development team develops something and I don't like that design. So what is the problem with the waterfall model? It has to take it has to make changes in everything. It makes changes in the design. So it make according to the make changes in the code. It takes a lot of time. There is not a feedback option in waterfall model. And Shivam, can you tell me what is agile model?
Ma'am, in agile model, we have to be make one individual module and test one before deployment. We have to be test all the each individual module and take feedback from the client. Then we deploy.
Yes. So in the agile model, process modules is focus on process adaptability and customer satisfaction is more important. By rapid delivery of working software product, we are just deliver the product, test, code test, and then design, code test, then design. Okay. And what the DevOps do? DevOps is deploy also. Test, code, test, deploy, and then design. Deploy. So by deploying, according to the customer satisfaction, it design it again. Means if something is not a customer or a client doesn't like the product or it want to make some changes, so it tell them, okay, so it again design according to the customer, again code it, test it, and then deploy it. Then again customer give a feedback. So feedback or customer satisfaction is more important. That's why the DevOps is important. DevOps is doing their work accordingly. Ayushi, can you tell me what happened in the DevOps life cycle?
There's business planning and just a second.
Not a business planning, means according to the business need. Okay. It gives their requirements. Okay. According to the requirements, developer develop that product, that test that product, and then it monitor that product. And after monitoring, means continuous monitoring, customer give a feedback that how the product is. It is good or bad, it is not working, or it is good in design or anything. Okay. So continuously that is happening. According to the customer need, if customer don't like this color, he want to change the website color or website some features of the website. Okay, a feature of this elements. So it gave a feedback. According to the feedback, again some plannings and some requirements built, According to the requirements, developer again develop according to the customer. Again it test, again it monitor, and then again deploy. So after deploying, it give a feedback, and this cycle is continuously working. Okay. So this is the main work of DevOps, to continuously develop, test, monitor, okay, deploy. Okay. Continuously development, testing, deploying. Development, design, development, testing, deploying. So make it automatically. Okay, make it automate by using some DevOps tools. These are the DevOps tools. So the benefit of DevOps is faster, better product delivery, faster issue resolution. If there is any issue or complexity, so it reduce the complexity. It means it faster resolve the issues, more stable. It use better resource utilization. It automate everything. Okay, this is the main benefit of DevOps. Now tell me if you have any doubts regarding DevOps work or DevOps engineer, why we need a DevOps engineer, or what is DevOps engineer? Shivam and Ayushi?
Yes,
Open
ma'am.
your do you have any means do you have any doubt regarding this chapter?
No.
No, ma'am.
Can you introduce yourself for 2-3 minutes? What are you exactly means in which classes, or in which means you are, I think, engineer student,
Yes, ma'am.
4th year or 3rd year student?
Ma'am, MCA.
3rd year?
MCA, ma'am. MCA.
Acha, okay, MCA. Okay. Both are MCA students.
No, ma'am. I'm in 3rd year engineering.
Okay. So you both are completed, I think, which course before DevOps? Python course, I think.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So have you get any problem in this DevOps engineer? Means DevOps course, first chapter?
No, ma'am.
Actually, a DevOps engineer don't want any coding knowledge. Okay. Anyone can be a DevOps engineer. It is not a compulsory that a DevOps engineer should have a good coding language, coding knowledge. Okay.
But ma'am, they need to learn DevOps tools.
Yes, they need to learn DevOps tools, and in DevOps tools, some scripts are used and Linux language are used. Linux is compulsory for a DevOps engineer.
Yes.
Linux and tools knowledge is compulsory, and some scripts language are used, but these are available in the Google. So we just copy and paste it. So that is. Okay. So in the introductory part, do you have any problem or do you have any doubt? In this chapter, we will learn about what exactly the definition of DevOps, what exactly the DevOps engineer do. Okay. It make the whole development work easier and faster by using the tools to make all the testing and development and deployment automate. Okay. Then secondly, before DevOps, both teams are working isolated so that no communication happened. So after that, because of that communication gap, it takes a lot of time to build a complete product. Okay. And then we are learn about DevOps life cycle. That is nothing, planning, designing, development, testing, monitoring, and then feedback. Okay. And then DevOps tools, we are learning about some, means we know about the name of some DevOps tools that we are using for source code management, continuous integration, testing tools, containers tools, configuration management, monitoring, deployment. This is the main thing. It means this is the means these tools is important for a DevOps engineer. Then we are learning about development to deployment pipelines, how the pipelines works. Development team put their code in the repository. After that, a DevOps engineer take that code from the repository. It automatically build it, test it, deploy it, and then it managed by the client. Okay. Read this PDF. Okay. I think you got this PDF in your LMS.
Yes.
Okay. If you get any problem or any doubts, tell me in the next class. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you. I will
Thank you,
stop.
ma'am.
Here. 1 minute.
Thank you, ma'am.